Hi everyone, James G0SEC here, and said I'd do another video on my Geochron, and that's exactly what I'm going to do just quickly for you. Now you won't see it on this video as clear as I can see it, because obviously it's in 4K and it's on my 60-inch 4K OLED TV in the living room, but it'll give a good idea of what the 4K is like if you're thinking about buying it. It's around about sort of I think it's about £400, 399, could be cheaper than that now. I'm not really up to date on how much it actually costs, but it's a stunning bit of kit. It's a little box down here. You'll see the little blue light on. I don't think you can see that, but it's a little box that size of a little Android box. But it's a lot different than that Android box because it's using I think it's a Linux software, and basically it's got layers to it, whereas I think when I spoke to Patrick, he was telling me about they couldn't do that on an Android box because they needed more processing power or something like that. So anyway, I thought I'd just give you a quick demo what it's like. As you can see, here is the home QTH. I've got my call sign there, G0SEC. I don't know how you'll see this map because obviously it's like I say, in 4K. But let's put a bit of weather on it, because now the great thing about the Geochron is this weather. And as you can see, America's still in night time. And as you can see, it's I've got a few night lights on there. This here is the Hubble Telescope, and here is the space station at the moment in real time. And you'll see that sort of, it's amazing how quickly it actually goes around when you're watching it. You know, it's like amazing. I've got it switched across so I can go from my telly to my Geochron, and it's just a HDMI port, so it's always on. But when I'm in the living room, I just switch the HDMI ports, and then bang, here I go straight into my Geochron. But in the future, the Geochron will be actually in the shack, not here in the living room, and probably on a 42-inch OLED TV there, so I can have I can switch it across between the TV or the Geochron in the shack. But let's put a bit of weather on it. Let's do it. Now bear with me, I'm new to it because it's only just been upgraded, so I'm a bit new to it myself. But let's put a bit of weather on. So I'm going to bring up the menu, and as you'll see now, there's all kinds of different settings. Just quickly, as you'll see in my previous video, there's you can also have like the ham radio map if we go across. Hang on, let me just go back. If we go down, we can go across. We can pull up the ham radio map. I'll just show you that quickly. There's all kinds of different maps that you can have. Hang on, let's just end there. And you'll see in a minute, it should change to a ham radio map. And it's just changing. There it is. Okay, so let's come out of the menu. And now we've got a ham radio map, same sort of thing. I quite like having this gentle grey line, you know, because that's how it would be naturally. You wouldn't have just have a dead line, but you can actually have it, so I'll show you that in a minute. But you can see now this is a ham radio map, and as you can see, if I can zoom in just quickly, then you won't see the detail like I'm seeing, but you will see some, and you can see all the different call sign zones and stuff, which is quite nice to sort of sometimes change it over, have a quick look at call signs and stuff. And there's new ham radio features coming all the time. In the future, there's going to be more weather features like live lightning strikes around the world, where it gets its data from. I'm not sure. I know the weather comes from satellites. So let's quickly turn the map back to topographical. Let's just turn that back. We can show you a little bit of weather on the topographical. Okay, so we've got all kinds of different things here. My arm's aching a little bit, and as you can see, I've got it in night mode. It's only about sort of 60% night mode. Otherwise, it gets a bit dark. And so let's go back up, and we'll see that we got layers. We got like human. If we just show you some of them, Terminator line. And as I said earlier, if I go down to the Terminator line, you'll see at the moment it's soft, okay, and that's why I got it soft. But if I change it over to normal, you can see, hang on, you can see now it's a lot more defined. It's like a straight line, yeah. I actually prefer it in the soft position, so I keep it in the soft position, and as you'll see, it's changed to a more sort of softer grey line. Yeah, I just prefer it that way. Okay, so let's go up. Got loads of pins that you can put in. I put one in there, as you can see, my call sign and my coordinates stuff. I've got another one there, which is Cape Canaveral actually, and you can actually see that pin just there. You can see that little yellow dot there. It's an actual pin. I can see it in sort of like 3D form, but with a shadow and stuff, but you won't see that. Let's go to live, and let's. You've got loads of things like satellites and international space station and stuff, but let's go down to the live weather and put it on. And hang on a minute, let me just. You've got different kinds of things. You've got temperature, opacity, wind speed, precipitation opacity, air pressure, cloud cover. Now look, I've only got set to 10%. Otherwise, if you have too much cloud cover, it basically clouds a lot of like the satellite data and stuff like that I'm looking at. So I've got it set to 10%. I'm going to go with that, and we're going to come out of there. And you'll now see I've got real live weather. I don't know if you can see that. I've got real live weather. It's still dark, obviously, in the US. And here we are, sort of over Europe and Russia, and here, and you can see the cloud cover, but that's only at 10%. So let's move it up to about 20%. Real live weather. I can actually see it moving slowly, but obviously, and I can see like the satellites moving and Hubble and stuff. And you can see the space station's moved on even since I last showed you, and it looks like it's on the way to Australia. And obviously you got Australia is on part of Australia is just getting light, and part of it's obviously still in darkness. Such a big country. But here is the space station, and in a minute I'm sure it'll be somewhere over Australia because it moves actually quite fast. Let's put a bit more weather on it, and I'll make this a quick video, really quick as I can because my arm is aching holding the camera. So let's put on a little bit more weather. Let's go here, and we'll go down to, if we just scroll down, we'll just go down through. It's great for seeing like temperature and all that kind of thing. I only use it really for ham radio, but it really is quite nice. Let's move that across. Hang on, let's go down here, and then we're going to move it across to 20%. Let's have a look what that looks like. 20% cloud cover. Let's have a look. Okay, a bit more. Let's go a little bit more. 30% cloud cover. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Let's have a look. Let's come out of that, and you'll see. This is real-time weather, real live weather. This is on the Geochron. It comes from satellite. It gets its data updated from satellite. Here's the UK. And as you can see, it's got real live weather. Be interesting when there's a cyclone or a hurricane. I haven't seen one yet because it's only come out. But it's interesting seeing this detail here of like the lights and stuff at night. And you won't see it as clear as I can. Obviously, I'm looking at it on a 4K monitor. But it's interesting to see where the weather is and how cloudy it is and stuff in parts of the world. Or I can set the temperatures and stuff. It's really, really nice. And on the shack wall, it'd be very, very nice to have on the shack wall. Instead of just a standard map, it'd be on a very thin OLED 4K TV. And when I'm on the radio, it'd be just nice to peer up and look at that map, you know, and see where we are on the grey line and stuff. Just nice to have than a sort of standard map that I used to have on the wall that wasn't really doing anything. And I certainly couldn't just switch it across and then just watch TV. So that's one of the ideas of the new shack is going to have the Geochron in there, and that's why I brought it. But let's move the weather up a little bit more, and we'll call it a day. I'm just going to quickly go live weather again, and it's nice how you can check as well for any updates. Any updates that come on, it sort of automatically notifies you there's an update, and then you can go to download that update. So let's quickly go down again. And let me show you quickly. We'll set it to 50% weather. 100% it's like really cloudy. So let's go 40. Let's go 50% weather. Let's have a real look at what it looks like at 50%. Hang on, let's click again. Oh, I've gone right up to 60. Hang on, bear with me. Okay, now we can really get a good picture of what the weather's like. It's quite nice at 50. Look at that. Fantastic. Really, really fantastic. Now, I don't know how you can see that on the video, but to me, that's amazing. Because I'm looking at it in 4K and I can see every bit of detail. Little streaks and stuff like that you can see, but you obviously can't see that. It's like this phone is not 4K, so you ain't going to pick it up. You ain't going to see that, what I'm seeing here. But gives you a really good idea what it's like. You can see still the grey line here. You can see the cloud cover. And if I stand back, if I go back to what we were when I first sort of, just quickly go over here, just to show you some side shots of it. Look at that. But the only thing I find with the weather, if you have too much weather on, it sort of doesn't hide them, because if I show you, it's just sort of, you know, with the satellites, it's you sort of they're sort of mixed in around sort of clouds. You've got to sort of spot them. I know there's Patrick, the owner of Geochron. I've spoken to him a few times, and he is going to have things like footprints for the satellites and stuff, which will be great. Loads of new features coming. But here we are. Here's the space station, and you can see the space station is nearly at Australia now. But thought I'd just show it to you guys, for those that might be interested in the Geochron, if not now, in the future. Let me just set it back to 10% weather a minute. Let me just quickly go back in it again, and I'll just quickly go live. Got all kinds of different things there, internet, so you can select your Wi-Fi, time zone, so you can set your time zone system. This is where you'll find the updates, and if there's any updates, like you can see here, download system update. And so there's none at the moment. And the great thing about this is the help comes with videos. Every single help one has a video. Like if I go here, I click here, you'll see a video come up. Show you.
The Layers tab adjusts the static layers above the map. Night opacity adjusts the darkness of the night. The Terminator line can be hard, as it is seen from space.
So that's one video. Let me show you what I was going to show you. So it comes up with loads of different videos for the help, so you can really get to know how to you know, control your Geochron really well. Ooh, I've got alarms going off in the other room. Let me just quickly go down to weather. Hang on. It's hard to do one-handed. So we're going to go down to weather, and we're going to just basically click on that 10% again, just so I can show you what it's like. I usually keep it on 10% if I want to see like International Space Station and stuff like that. So let's quickly go there quickly, and we'll move it down to 10%. And let's hopefully on that. That'd be handy if I had it in the controller in the right place. Hang on, and then we'll come out of it. Let's come out of it. There. Okay, so I've got it back to 10% on the cloud cover. If you can see, it just got a slight whisper of cloud cover, so it's not, doesn't sort of cloud the map. You can see the cloud, but it's not actually sort of too bright. So you can still see the satellites here. You can still see the satellites, and you can see now the space station. Look, it's almost at Australia. That's the space station. And where's the Hubble? Is now over South America. And it's nice how you get this like Terminator line, and then you can see that this is in darkness, and this is obviously in light. Beautiful map, absolutely gorgeous and stunning in real life. But obviously on my phone here, my 5S, I think it is, a really old iPhone, you're not going to see how beautiful it really is. But I hope you liked the video. Just a quick video on my Geochron. Got it in the living room at the moment. That will be in the new shack sometime in the near future. Sooner rather than later, hopefully. Bye bye for now, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video. 7 3s from G0SEC.